Why Luka Doncic is the most important player for the Dallas Mavericks. When Luka Doncic was drafted with the 3rd overall pick, many were stunned when the Dallas Mavericks traded up from their 5th spot to snag Luka at the 3rd pick of the draft. Most mock drafts had Luka going 4th to the Memphis Grizzlies, but when Dallas selected Luka, analysts and fans around the world put it together. Luka would be the next Dirk Nowitzki for the Dallas Mavericks. Not only has that aged well, Luka can surpass Dirk's legacy with a couple championships of his own. Keep watching to see why Luka is the most important player for the Dallas Mavericks. Rise to stardom. When the Mavericks traded up for Luka Doncic, the NBA was reminded that some of the best players have come from overseas, and Dallas had one of the best in Dirk. But with the emergence of Trae Young along with Luka, it was important for Luka to live up to his potential. Without Luka, Trae Young would be the new face of the NBA. Without Luka, it would be Young that would have deserved the top rookie awards. Young was unstoppable in his rookie season, and has an incredible career ahead of him. He had the type of rookie season that normally garners top honors, and he has taken a significant leap forward in year 2. He has 29.7 points through the first half of the season, and has fantastic ball handling skills. He's got that Curry-like ability, yet Young will likely never be the best player in his draft class. It's stunning. Luka is the reigning Rookie of the Year, and it's Luka who has developed a winning culture on an NBA roster. Not even 100 games into his NBA career, Luka is already one of the NBA's best players, and he has tons of room to grow. To start the season, Luka was a long shot to win the MVP award, and now he's near the top as a frontrunner. No one, not even the biggest Luka believers, thought he would do this in year 2, says Mark Stein, who covers the NBA for the New York Times. Luka's size and offensive game has led to comparisons with the best of the best like Larry Bird and LeBron James. Tracy McGrady even went as far to say that Doncic is the best point guard in the league. Longtime basketball columnist Bill Simmons discussed that Luka is the best 20-year-old in NBA history, over the likes of Kobe Bryant, Kevin Garnett, and LeBron James. The NBA is almost a quarter of the way through the regular season, and he's been one of the 5 best players in the league. Stein said at the beginning of Luka's sophomore year, insane. With Dirk Nowitzki's career coming to a close, it was important that the Mavericks found another franchise superstar to continue Dallas's legacy. Dallas traded whatever they could to get their man, another European player that Dallas fans tend to fall in love with now. Ever since he joined the league, Luka has been extremely entertaining. Fans are flocking in to watch Luka play, while ratings when Luka's on the floor have dominated TV. He's one of those proverbial you would pay to watch him play guys, Stein says. He plays with a swagger and a flair that is just fun. Doc Rivers played Dallas and Luka earlier this season. He plays too well to be whatever age they say he is, Clippers coach Doc Rivers said before the game. That's what makes him special for Dallas. Luka's coach and Mavericks head coach Rick Carlisle said in the preseason, "I wouldn't trade Doncic for anybody. He's become a star in Dallas. It's just what they needed knowing Dirk was going to retire." Things worked out for Dallas. Now Luka needs to win a championship just like Dirk did. Fans want to watch Luka. The Dallas Mavericks star Luka Doncic was voted the player most would pay to see in a poll conducted by The Athletic. The Dallas Mavericks are one of the NBA's pleasant surprises this season. At the beginning of the season, there were predictions that the Mavericks would be a fringe playoff team. As Dallas piled up the wins early, those projections were thrown away pretty quickly. Luka's breakout season is one of the many reasons why the Mavs appeared to be an easy postseason lock in the second half of the season. Luka is now the new toy in the NBA. We had our LeBron, we had our Giannis, now we have our Luka. Those 3 players are from different countries. Those 3 have become the faces of the NBA. Luka has all the tools, as he can handle the ball, shoot, pass, give us all a good highlight, and so much more. Everyone wants to see him play. Doncic had missed time with an ankle injury, but it has not slowed down the excitement from him.
To him. Oh, I don't like that. Big turn of the ankle after he stepped on Kendrick Nunn.
In the poll, Zach Harper asked 21 credentialed people. 15 were journalists, 3 were scouts, and 3 were executives. The poll asked which current player they would pay to see play. Each person was allowed to pick a maximum of 5 players. Luka received 19 of 21 possible votes. He was well ahead of Giannis, LeBron, and the rest of the league's players. Luka was the top player people would pay to see. Of course, everyone loves new things and likes to throw away the old. Luka is the new, and he's become so important for the Mavericks team that needed more attention and exposure with Dirk's aging. The fame. Luka didn't play the entire 4th quarter of the All-Star game. He was seen passing popcorn around when he probably would have rather been passing the basketball around. He had plenty of fun during the weekend as he got to experience it all and take it in. But it's becoming a reality at this point that Luka is famous. People are recognizing him due to his play on the court. He now has worldwide appeal, and it'll be hard to blend in with others. How Luka handles the fame will be extremely important for the Mavericks.
Has the ball so much. Luka inside. And 1.
How about that? Pretty bounce and a trip to the free throw line for Luka.
The Mavericks only want stories on how great their team is on and off the court. Anything else could be a bad representation. So far, Doncic has been great with the media and off the court, but how he handles what's coming will be a challenge as he's getting more popular day by day. NBA's great Jerry West said that Luka will surpass Dirk Nowitzki as the Mavs' greatest player after watching him for all of a season and a half. That's a bold statement coming from Jerry West after less than 2 seasons. Only LeBron James earned more All-Star votes than Luka this year. Let's face it, the All-Star game is a popularity contest. If Luka was second in the popularity contest, he's doing big things. Can Luka take over the throne when LeBron retires? Luka's international popularity could put him with the likes of athletes like Cristiano Ronaldo and Lionel Messi. If he keeps this kind of play up, he could be as beloved as Tiger Woods, but he can't have headlines like Tiger Woods throughout his growth as a player and human. The difference between the Greek Freak and Luka was that only Milwaukee believed in Giannis. Everyone in an entire country believed in Luka when he came into the NBA. Giannis needed time to develop, while Luka was already way more developed for his age than any player the NBA had ever seen. Luka was named EuroLeague MVP in 2018 and made his pro debut at age 16. His transition in the NBA was pretty easy. Luka has everything that makes a star. He's got the talent, confidence, and even the looks. He speaks plenty of different languages and can connect with the fan base all over the world. He's extremely relatable, and fans love that. He's helped keep the Mavericks on the map, but not just in Dallas or the United States, but all over the world. Obviously, Luka's fame will get a little overwhelming. However, his history in the EuroLeague and in international play should be able to help him with the fame. In Dallas, he's in an area that isn't a major market area like New York. That will give him some privacy and space that he'll need as he continues to tear through the NBA. Luka is finally 21. We'll have to see how he responds to the fame. If he can do charitable work and stay out of trouble, Luka can help Dallas in many more ways than just winning a championship. Comparisons to the greats. Luka Doncic is one of the most promising new players in the NBA. At now 21 years old, he's shown some amazing highlights and has put together some impressive stats. The Mavericks know just how lucky they are to have Luka on their side. Luka has been spectacular on the court. Isn't it incredible that he was drafted just 1 year ago? He's already a top 10 player in the league and could be argued as a top 5 player. Doncic has already helped the Mavericks turn around and become a playoff team again. Luka will likely keep the Mavs playoff contenders for as long as he's with Dallas. When Luka was drafted into the NBA, a dream turned into a reality. Luka is already one of the best European players ever to step foot on the court. Literally. He was the top prospect in the 2018 draft, according to ESPN insider Jonathan Givony's board, but was only drafted 3rd. It was clear when his rookie campaign finished up that Luka was the best in his class. People forget that it wasn't definite that Doncic would be coming to the United States to play. Luka already made a name for himself overseas, but as rumors began to swirl, fans wanted answers. Eventually, he declared, Doncic was Rookie of the Year for the 2018-2019 season. His campaign was remarkable, as he received 98 out of 100 votes for the title. With averages of 20 points, 7.8 rebounds, and 6 assists per game, he was one of the best players in the NBA. Rookie or not, Mavericks head coach Rick Carlisle touched on the most important thing for Luka Doncic. To backtrack, Warriors head coach Steve Kerr called Luka Doncic a cornerstone player who's important to the league as a whole because of his youth, talent, and passion for the game, according to ESPN. Luka has already set records that LeBron James won't get near, and he's already been compared to Larry Bird and Magic Johnson, just to name a few. Mavericks head coach Rick Carlisle understands why Luka Doncic is compared with NBA legends, but he doesn't like it. Carlisle would prefer to see fans and analysts let Doncic create his own legacy and path. I stay away from the comparison game because I think it's important that this kid is his own player, and he truly is, Carlisle said via ESPN. So look, each month he continues to develop and learn more and hone certain skills even more. So it's pretty exciting. A very exciting player to watch. I understand the hype. Carlisle thinks the best thing for Luka in the NBA is just to let him play his game and appreciate his talent. After the death of Kobe Bryant, a lot of people have finally agreed to stop the talk about which player is better than which player. It's time to just appreciate greatness. That's what Luka is. He's great. He's a superstar, and that's what makes him the most important player on the Mavericks. That's what gives hope to the Dallas fan base, and that's why Dallas will be title contenders years from now. Luka seems to have matured very quickly, especially while playing against older athletes as a teenager. What makes him great is his maturity, but also his passion for the game. He'll need to be careful when his passion gets the best of him, because when you do compare Luka to the greats like LeBron and Kobe, they've never been thrown out of games or received technical fouls at the rate that Luka has. As long as he can tone down that side of his game when things are going rough, Luka can really become one of the best franchise players in NBA history. Don't forget that we'll also be talking about the Luka for Trae trade for as long as these two players are in the NBA. Trae Young has become a star for the Hawks, but hasn't developed them into a playoff team. Although Also, the Hawks have added new pieces to the team to contend soon. Dallas is already a playoff contender. Therefore, currently, Dallas looks to be in better shape after drafting Luka. Both teams are likely happy at this point. Both players will be compared to each other for the rest of their careers, and there's potential that both players will be quote-unquote greats.